I'm here to tell you today that Kiwanis is a worldwide service organization appealing to people who have the desire to become personally involved and make their community a better place to live.
First of all, I do want to thank Mayor Manning and Mark O'Brien for taking the time out of their day to come and join us. I also would like to recognize three city councilors I see here. Penny York from Ward 1. Thank you, Penny. Mike Wildstein, Ward 5. Bruce Shorty, Ward 7. I believe they're all the councilors. And I know I saw Sarah Gelster come in. Sarah, thank you very much for joining us today. Please explain what part and percent of city services is funded by dedicated fees and what percent are supported from the general fund.
The total city budget at $122 million includes all of that's the total budget inclusive. The general fund at just about $40 million is essentially the discretionary funds.
What are the implications of a levy passing to the possibility of the departments receiving funds also being cut?
Well, if the levy doesn't pass and those revenues are not available for expenditure, the city manager's plan is to provide a firm spending cap based on a 5-year look at the revenue streams over a period of time, and it's virtually assured that all departments will be taking cuts in next year's budget, even if the levy passes.
What would happen to Osborne and the Senior Center if the tax measure does not pass?
Current local option levy that voters approved 2 years ago provide the operational dollars to keep the senior center and the pool open. And so continuing that levy would continue to keep those facilities open for the community. I think the second part of the question is also an important one, and remember the city manager's message to the Budget Commission in terms of looking at how we're going to think differently about budgeting going forward. And it also has to do with looking at all of the city's assets and looking at those services that are currently provided by city employees and whether a different kind of model may be worth exploring and looking at going into the future.
A significant amount of student housing development is still planned for Corvallis. How will the additional police force required to service these developments be funded?
So the vast majority of calls to the Corvallis Police Department come from the central precinct, which is that downtown and near campus area. And so if voters approve the local option levy, the police chief's idea is to sort of establish then these 3 police officers that can be used to help provide additional both proactive sort of community policing services as well as enforcement services for the areas that receive the most number of police calls. And this recommendation is one that has come forward through the Neighborhood Livability Work Group of Collaboration Corvallis.
Time to come and join us today. It's greatly appreciated. And first I want to give a big round of applause to both the Mayor and Mark O'Brien for their time.
We appreciate the partnership with the Chamber, the open discussion on the measures that are before us. As citizens, it's our obligation to understand these measures and decide their effect on us financially and how they impact our quality of life.